What up? Are you a personal trainer or want to be a personal trainer? And on top of that, do you want to start your own business? Well, then this video is for you. So today I want to talk about, first off, selling an ebook off of Etsy. And you say, what does that have to do with online nutrition and fitness coaching? So there's a way that you can do it. So first off, you run advertisements on Meta ads or Google ads, probably Meta ads, and you advertise the cookbook, and it can be cheap. I did free, but then I got a lot of free pull. I don't like free pull, you know, even if it's $1, even if it's $2, $3, I might try 333 because, you know, 3, why not? So I'm gonna run an ad, but you don't send them to the Etsy right away. So basically, you create an instant form on Facebook or Meta ads. You create it, I guess you want to use Meta ads. So you run Meta ads, you have an instant form, and on that instant form, it's basically like, hey, do you want to buy a cookbook, right? And then on the form, it says, what's your first name, your last name, and your email. And then after that, you can send them right to the website. So basically, they buy it. I mean, here's my thing. I don't know if Etsy gives you people's email addresses and puts, like, you know, creates your own list. I don't know. This is just an idea that I thought of this morning. And I don't know, you could potentially make some money while finding leads, you know. I have a cookbook, pretty easy to do. Drop in the comments if you're ever interested. And then we can link up. I can create a little course. I'm planning on creating a course. It's basically becoming an author of, becoming a self-published author. I started off with the ebook, and then I went to Amazon Publishing, and then I got my own cookbook. You can buy it on Amazon. Pretty cool. You can probably just look up gourmet. I don't know. You can just look up my name on Amazon. It's in the YouTube. There it is. You can just do that. But yeah, you can go to YouTube, or not YouTube, you can go to Etsy, sell the ebook, but that's one thing. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know, I haven't done it yet, but you can sell people and collect leads. You know, it's basically like buying leads, or basically advertising, and then hopefully you can make a killer advertisement. I will actually run the ad, and I will do the ad, and I will post the ad. Boom, there we go. Another thing is I want to talk about is, what is it I want to talk about? So I had another idea today. Keep in mind that I'm in the process of online nutrition fitness coaching. I mentioned this video is for you, but I'm currently doing that. So I'm trying to come up with all the ways. I don't know. I don't have a social media right now, so I don't really know, you know, what courses I can take, what influencers have courses, because at the end of the day, I'm all for courses. Because sure, they might cost $3,000, $2,000, but if I can just figure out, you know, 1 golden nugget, 2 golden nuggets, 3 golden nuggets, I can implement it into my business and make a lot more money, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? So there's that. But I wanted to say that, so between the website that I have, plus the Trainerize, plus the domain, which I paid one time, it was like $20 for a year, plus the email address. So Trainerize, and the website's about 150 bucks so far, 150 bucks. So 150 bucks plus all my advertising on social media that I do. You know, I spend quite a bit of money. Not necessarily a lot, but I probably spend about $1,000 a month on advertisements that I'm not really doing good. But I learned this idea that you can potentially get your website criticized from the public and potentially find leads at the same time. How? Simple. So what you do is you pull out your phone, you get your website, right? You can pay a professional or you can do it yourself. I did it myself, and it took me a very long time. I'm still working on my website because I'm trying to get my conversion rate right. And I feel like the conversion rate, it varies, you know, depending on your marketing and your advertisement. So like basically if you're DMing people and you're getting them, you know, kind of like pretty warm, and then you send them to their website, you're probably gonna be likely to have a higher conversion rate. If you're going Meta ads and they send them to your website, you know, your conversion rate say I don't need any money, because people might all of a sudden assume like, oh, this guy about to ask me for some money. They're gonna be like, no, I can't help you. Say, hey, it's real quick. It's a real quick survey. It's kind of what it is, a survey. You know, like rate my experience, or rate my website. You just say, hey, so I'm a personal trainer, and I created a website, and I just want to get the public's opinion on my website. If you can just read it, take a look at it, just read through the wording. It'll probably take 2 minutes, and you know, there's probably going to be a lot of people that say, yeah, you know, you're not asking for anything. You're not, you know, basically you're not asking for anything. All you're asking, or you're asking for their opinion, which people love talking about, is their opinion and how they feel. People love that. The word you or their name, they love it. So you can just simply go to, you know, as many people as go to the mall, you know what I mean, and just be like, hey, I'm a personal trainer, and I want to get some feedback on my website. And they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, sure. If they say no, well, it is, just move on. That's why you go to a highly populated one, a highly populated foot traffic area. And then what you do then is show them your website, and hopefully you have a good killer website, you know, and it has an offer on there, like right off the rip, you know, like mine has a pricing plan. And you know, there's people who don't put this the pricing plan because they would want to know the people first, you know what I mean? But for my it's $200 to $500 a month. But if I show them my website, this is like the cheapest way to, instead of running Google ads, figuring out what people think about it, and they can give you feedback on the website itself, not necessarily your service. And so out of 100 people, you know, if there's five people or 10 people that say something in particular, like, I don't like the color scheme, or it's just a little too broad, I don't know what I'm getting, when I read this website, I kind of get confused. And if you hear a lot of people say the same thing, you can be like, all right, you know, one day of work, freaking, instead of spending money, going out there, boom, there you go. And you just keep doing that. Potentially, you know, like, you know, let's say you do one day, you speak to 100 people, and out of the 100 people, you know, 20 people said one in particular thing that they're like, I don't like it. So then what you do is you go back home, you update it, and then you go back to the highly populated traffic, maybe somewhere else, who cares, as long as it's highly populated, and you speak to different people, and then you say, hey, what do you think about this website, you know? And you know, if 20 out of the 100 people say something in particular, maybe it's the same thing that what you did update wasn't good enough, I guess, or what the public wants, because at the end of the day, it's not what you want. I'm very sorry, it's not about what you like, it's not about what you think is awesome, it's really about what the market says. So you can do that, but there's a big but. In the midst of doing that, you could potentially find clients. Be like, yeah, you know what I mean? So like for me right now, it's buy the first month, and if you absolutely love it, your second month is free. And if you don't love it, then you get your money back. So it's basically finding people, and that way it kind of reduces the risk, especially if you're starting off. You know, if you don't have any testimonial social proof, it's really hard to say, there is this person just like you who wanted the same exact results. So they followed my plan and they got their exact results. You know, if a lot of people, you know, in the same predicament, like the same body figure, the same goals and all that, say this person did this and they got this and it took them this long. And you had a lot of people, they're gonna be like, that person is kind of in my area, like, my BMI. So if it works for them, I'm assuming it's gotta work for me because it's already worked for them. So that's just something, without testimonial social proof, I feel like that's a little thing, especially too, you're getting feedback on your website itself. So that's the biggest thing. Before you run, crazy amounts of money. I just thought of that today. And I also work 80 plus hours a week. I work 80 hours plus a week. It ranges. But then I also work, like an hour and a half, 2 hours on the business every day. And then, so I kind of work like 90 plus hours every week. So I really just don't. And that is something that I should do. But when I get home, I literally, just want to eat some food and go to bed just because I'm already wore out from working at 4 in the morning and working on the business at 4. I should do it, but I am I do have money, so I work a lot, so I have a lot of money, or not a lot, but I have money to advertise. So that's I tweak it that way. I get 100 people to the website. If my conversion rate is still low, then I'll update it, change it. The bad part about it is I can't have any feedback. So there's that. So there is that. What else do I got for you guys? Golden nuggets. Oh, so obviously you can start off with $0. You can find people, even if you have social media, you can ask people, write out or even give them an email about, the total cost for the plan, what their plan is, the nutrition plan. You can write it all down. So technically it can be really cheap. So for me, like I said, my website's $80, and it's called ScoreApp, where I can have 3 websites in one, basically. And I do that, so like I'll work on one. If the conversion rate kind of sucks, I'll kind of just keep it there, and then kind of just change it to a different one and see if that one works. Then I also run like different challenges and all that, trying to figure out what's gonna work. I'm still working out the kinks, but man, I had something else for you guys, a little golden nugget. So we got the cookbook. Okay, the cookbook. Even if you sell it for $1, I heard about this thing where getting your first $1 is hard online. I heard it's easier to make freaking $10,000 than it is to make $5 for your service, just because that first initial purchase is super hard. But the cookbook, I'm not even joking. If you guys ever really wanted this, this channel is very young in its days, and they say in the social media on the internet world, you either got to be entertaining or you got to be solving a problem. I don't think I'm doing either, so my channel's not gonna grow significantly at a fast rate at all. But once I start getting the results and I'm saying, I figured out what I wanted to do. So one of my other videos, I talked about EDDM. What is EDDM? It's Every Door Direct Mail. Every Door Direct Mail is basically something that the USPS, United States Postal Service, business offers. So basically, you create a flyer or a postcard, and they put a stamp, or you get the stamp, and you take it to them, and you pick a route, and you can choose the route however you want to choose the route. You can go off of annual income. You can choose the rate of which the age. So if I wanted to target 25 to 50 years old people, it'll tell me the percent of that, the people on that route. So if 50% of people on that route are 25 to 50, it'll tell me 50%. If another route, if there's only 18-year-old people, then they will tell me 0% of 25 to 30 or 45 or 50 years old, depending on what you're doing. So you can target these people. You can target on the average annual household income. What is this lady doing? Holy smokes. I don't know what this girl is doing. She's mad dogging me. But anyways, so I thought of something. So there's a thing called door hangers. Door hangers are going to be cheaper because you don't have to pay for the postage stamp. When you send things in the mail, you got to have a stamp or whatever. But especially for business. And when I was looking, it was like 23 cents every stamp. So 23 stamps. So instead of doing the door hanger, or instead of doing the EDDM, I was thinking about saving some money and doing door hangers, because at the end of the day, and there is other benefits to that, and one of the benefits is that if your postcard, obviously you want your borders to be white, yellow, orange, blue, green, something that stands out, where it doesn't just look like another coupon, like Subway, Whataburger, freaking McDonald's, Carl's Jr., Chick-fil-A. I don't know if they give out coupons, but you don't want to be like everybody else, obviously, but it kind of looks like you're part of everybody else, so it has to stand out a little bit, you know what I mean, in order to do that. But if you do door hangers, you still can look up the routes and figure out the annual income. You can figure out, the age group, how many people are going to be in that specific age group that you're targeting. But you could do door hangers, and the door hangers is you are going to be separated from all the mail possible. There's no envelopes, there's no other coupons, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's on your door, so you can guarantee. So like and especially too, if you are going to do the EDDM route, you don't have a social media, or you don't have money for advertising, and you want to do the EDDM, you have to think about this, that a lot of people stand, or you have to think about that. It might not be true, it might be true. There are a lot of people who look through their mail around the trash can, the trash can, because whatever they don't want or whatever they consider junk, they'll just throw it in the trash rather than having a stack of, mail that they don't want or they won't find useful, whatever the case may be. So if you're gonna do EDDM, that bad boy needs to be freaking spectacular, like way different than, I feel like mine's pretty dope. My girl created it. I think it's super cool, I feel like it's a grand slam, dude. There's only one way to find out. It's still in the process. I'm about to get my phone number today, and a local one. I'm gonna have two phone numbers. One is gonna be my regular phone, and then there's gonna be one on Open Phone, which is a business phone, and it's integrated through HubSpot. So that way it literally records the calls and it analyzes it, which is pretty cool. So when you do discovery calls, if you're not at the computer, and let's say you had to run somewhere and you get a notification like, hey, you got an onboarding phone call, in 1 hour. You're like, oh shoot, well, freak, as long as you remember the questions, I highly advise remembering your discovery questions. With that, when you're doing your onboarding, you're having your discovery questions such as, do you have any personal limitations or physical limitations such as shoulder, any injuries? What are your food restrictions such as allergies, or what kind of diet are you already on, pescatarian, or are you on any there's how many days a week do you want to work out? You don't really have to do the onboarding phone call. You can just send them a little piece of paper or an email or a text with all the questions, and they can answer it. The thing with that is you're not really building a rapport, especially if you're doing online nutrition and fitness coaching. You really want to have that relationship because you kind of want to become like their friend, or try to become their friend, which is basically pretty nice because you're kind of, making them, or helping them, I should say, helping them choose better. So, to do, be better, healthy, be healthier. So it's kind of like, without having accountability, like an accountability coach, that's going to be pretty hard to, be accountable if you don't know the person or, have any contact with them. So during the onboarding phone call, anyways, Open Phone, it records it and analyzes that. So like when I'm on the phone, I can basically do the onboarding phone call and ask all my questions that I need to ask, and then it'll record it. And then that way I can go back, do the notes, and, tap it in, put it into the file and all that. Pretty cool. So it's in the process, but I'm honestly thinking, because I am not like super rich. I am not a millionaire. I save my money. I'm very conservative. I don't buy clothes, I don't buy fancy cars. I don't care about all that. What I do care about is this business running. So I do save money, and when I do, I want to quit my job. So what I was gonna say is I'm probably gonna do the door hangers, just for the simple fact I can still target the people, but I can guarantee you it's gonna be in that household income. And when you are on, when you're not doing it on social media, social media, each person is on their screen, so you're targeting each individual. When you do the door hangers, you're going to be doing the whole household, like someone like, overweight, the wife or the husband, or even, not the wife or the husband, freaking the cousin, the brother, or something, like someone's been talking about trying to get healthy or something, and when they see that flyer, you're basically speaking to potentially 3 or 4 people at the same time. So I am gonna do that, and I will let you guys know about the results, and I will definitely record the freaking advertisement that I run on Etsy for my cookbook. And on top of that, if you guys want to know how to do a cookbook, it's very easy. I'm sure you can look it up, but I will be happy to show you how to do it and then get published on Amazon, so you don't just have an ebook, you have a hard copy that you can sell to the world. Anybody that speaks the same language, and even then you can even get it translated, and then you can sell it to anybody in the dang world in any language. But you have to drop a comment and let me know, or I want to drop my phone number. I want to get crazy. I want to drop my phone number. You know, you guys just message me like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to link up. Oh, and I'm creating a Facebook page for personal trainers. You know what's messed up? Because I'm doing all this for personal trainers. I don't even have clients. So I might be doing a lot of this. I'm trying to walk the walk. I work a lot of hours, so it's super hard for me to actually put in the extra work. You know, the reason I work so much and I just don't go personal training at a gym is because I make a pretty good chunk of money working the amount of hours I do, and you know, all that good stuff. So it's pretty hard to just quit and just say, because I want to quit my job. I want to have kids too at the same time, basically next year. I'm hoping the side business helps. I'm just going to continue to learn. Until then, please drop comments if you have any questions. Please drop comments if you have any questions. Your questions could be my questions, and if I find out the answers, I would be more than happy to address those answers. But the more questions I have, like the what ifs, the what about that, how about this, all those, it's going to end up making us all more successful. The more you know, the more you can put into your business, and the more you grow. It's pretty simple. But the fitness Facebook page, it's going to be put in the link one day. I don't know when. I'm still working on all the stuff. All right, later.